Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Justin Glover, and I'm actually inside the Mommy Mobile. Got the car seat and everything, and so I'm at the park. It's kind of, I don't know, rainy, nasty. So I'm sitting in the car. There's like a lot of people around and underneath the pavilion and stuff. So I just remembered that I needed to create a blog post. So I wanted to make a video for you guys and actually talk about a topic that I think is very important, and it's simplistic, but the simplicity is often overlooked. So I think that there's a lot of people that when you get started in this industry and you get started trying to figure out, well, how do I make money online? One of the first things you hear is you need to build an audience. You need to build up an audience. My apologies. There's like 5 buses rolling in here right now, so I want to make sure I don't get trapped in here. So anyway, one of the first things that you need to do is build an audience, right? And people don't really know how to actually do that. But more so, the people that I'm really speaking with, well, both actually, I'm speaking with both, but if you're watching and you do know how that you need to build an audience and you have an audience, but that's not the whole trick. Like, that's not the whole end-all be-all. You have to know how to convert that audience. You have to get that audience to grow, and you have to get them to convert. So I want to talk about conversion, the topic of conversion, because if you think about, well, what is conversion, right? Because I talk to people all the time. Literally just yesterday, I had somebody email me and say, I've got this big audience, I've got a lot of people, but I have trouble getting them to convert, to open the emails and to listen to me and all of that. And there's a right and a wrong way to build an audience. If you do it the right way, it's going to be a little bit slower. It doesn't have to be, but it probably will, just until you get used to it. But it's going to be done the right way, and you'll actually have an audience that works. All right, that quote unquote works. You hear, I need to build an audience, and then you go and you think, okay, well, I built an audience. I put up the capture page and sent a ton of traffic to it and got a bunch of leads, but the problem is, now what? They're not buying anything. So I want to walk you through a process, and we're creating a product. It's going to be called, the name of the product is Up Your Audience, and it's about growing your audience the right way from start to finish. There is an 11-step process that we actually walk through, and I want to walk you through that process because one of my favorite shows on TV is The Profit and there's a guy named Marcus Lemonis. The show's basically, it's around him. He goes into businesses and he fixes them. So he makes investments in the businesses, and it's this whole show. It's an awesome show. You should watch it. They just started up a new season, I think, like last night or 2 nights ago. So it was awesome. It was a great episode. But you can catch it on, like, probably go to the internet and find like past episodes. I highly recommend watching it. But anyway, his whole thing is based around three things: people, process, and profit, or people, process, and product. So, and the show is Profit. So people and product, obviously those are very important. You have to have an audience. You have to have something to sell that audience. And process is sort of the category of conversion. All right, so it's the conversion process. So when you say, well, what is conversion? It's the process of converting someone from a cold lead to a warm lead, somebody from a complete stranger to an acquaintance, from a prospect to a customer, from a customer to a repeat customer. It's the process of converting them. And so overall, a lot of this is done through the sales funnel, the actual sales process, the pages that we set up, and the process we take people through. So that's the thing. So now what I want to do is first of all, I want to ask you, well, what is your process? But I'm not going to go through the whole thing because we're putting together a webinar, and we're going to be, explaining this a lot in the coming days and weeks and months, because we're turning this into a product. And so I'm going to walk you through. I'm not going to spend a ton of time through it, but I want to just show you a quick overview of what we've broken down into an 11-step process. All right. So I'm going to click off of the screen. I'm actually going to read this from my screen. Hopefully you can still see me. Should be able to. I'm actually recording this directly into YouTube, so being efficient with my time, no edits or anything like that. Okay, so the 11-step process. Step 1 of the process is pick a topic. All right, step 1 is pick a topic. All right, something you want to talk about. Step 2, set up a communication channel. All right, we recommend a blog in the training course. Set up a communication channel. Go ahead and just get that set up, and then publish your first piece of content. All right, so if you set up a blog, publish the first piece of content to it. That's step 3. Step 4 is, once you have your first piece of content created and published to the blog, go and set up a Facebook fan page. And once you have a Facebook fan page set up, start a like campaign. Launch that like campaign. All right. Sorry, that scared the crap out of me. I was listening to podcasts and stuff on Bluetooth, and I guess the connection died. Hang on, let me turn this off. All right. So, step 5, launch your Facebook like campaign. All right, that will start building your Facebook fans, your database, people that you can actually then in turn do step 6 with, and that is share your blog post or share your content to your Facebook fans. All right, then you want to boost your post on your Facebook fan page, and you want to document as you're going through each of these processes. You want to document the whole thing. All right, so every time you do something, you want to document it, because in the future we're going to set up systems. All right, that's sort of, once you go through this process once, we're going to set up a system so that it's automatic and it happens automatically. All right, so step 6, share your piece of content. All right, step 7, you want to place your Facebook custom audience pixel, and so this is where, and in the course we actually teach like the overview of the Facebook, our retargeting strategy, and how we actually use Facebook to market to these people. And I'm pretty sure I'm getting blocked in. I hope I don't, because it's raining and I can't go straight. Okay, so this is going to be fun. So step 7 is to just get your stuff set up, get your post set up by placing a custom audience pixel. And as your audience grows, as people consume your content, you'll have the ability, you'll be building that Facebook custom audience, and you'll have the ability to then serve specific ads to them and lower your costs and all of that. So that's step 7. Step 8 is you've went through the process of publishing a blog post and distributing it, sharing it. So step 8 is you rinse and repeat. You repeat that process. And this is a little nerve-wracking. Okay, I'm going to get hit by a school bus here. Hopefully not. Alright, so let's see. Step 8, rinse and repeat. Step 9 is you want to make it automatic. So once you've gone through the process a couple of times, you'll take, I told you document stuff earlier as you go through, and you want to set up systems and create systems to do everything for your publishing process. So for an example, every time I go to create a blog post and email it to our list, I have a step-by-step set of instructions that I follow. I just open it up and I just go by and I do it, and my blog posts are published and created and sent in the same way every time. So it just makes it more efficient, it makes it easier for me, and I highly recommend you do that for anything that you do that's repetitive in your business. Alright, so once you've made it automatic, step number 10 is start a podcast. All right, so you've got the content created in the topic that you're talking about. You're going to start a podcast, because a podcast audience is going to be one of your most responsive audiences. And we actually walk you through a process where it's really easy to do this. Like starting a podcast, if you would have told me that, I don't know, a few weeks ago, it would have been like, oh man, that's a huge deal. Like that's a lot of work, a big project. And it can be, all right, it definitely can be, but I've recently started a podcast of my own, and I had the idea around noon one day, and I had the first 5 episodes recorded by that night. So it can be very, very easy. We walk you through how to actually do that, show you sort of my journey on that, and you get to see, how that grows. So that's step 10, start a podcast in the easiest and quickest way possible, so you start building up that audience as well. And then step 11 is you want to create your first system. So you've got a system for growing your audience, all right? Hopefully you sort of systemize the process of creating content and publishing your blog, and publishing that content to your blog and distributing that to your Facebook fans and growing your Facebook fans. So you got all these things that you're doing, and you've got little systems. So now you want to package that all up and put it under your, like, you're growing the audience system, all right, and figure out, okay, how do I make sure that I'm continuously publishing new content on a regular basis, that I'm continuously you know, recording new podcasts and growing my audience, and, you know, I'm continuously gaining new fans to the fan page and continuously adding value by distributing my content to them. So you want to set up a system of making sure that all of that stuff is sturdy, and basically just lay a solid foundation for your audience so that it continues to grow really after that. All right, so it always grows, because once you've got an established audience and an audience that's continuing to grow, then you can come in and it's very easy. You can go on to the next step, which you just ask them what they want, and then you start and you sell it to them. So that's stuff for another day. Hopefully you have enjoyed this little talk, and looks like I am free of bus right now, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here while I can. So thanks again for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you don't have a business, or if you'd like us to sort of apply this process to your business, if you don't have a business, first of all, you can go to Results 513. Obviously, we walk through the process of starting a business. If you do have a business and you want us to really look at your business and help you out, help you put together a process and really establish your funnels and all of that, then definitely, you know, there's probably a link here on the page somewhere, or in the video description if you're watching it on YouTube, or you can go to results513.com/inner circle, and that will you'll be taken to the page. You can apply to work directly with us. So we'd love to work with you, help you with your business, take us to the next level, apply this 11-step process that we follow to continuously grow your audience, make sure that you have an audience that responds, that bonds with you, that likes you, that trusts you, and that is very, very engaged. So anyway, hopefully you found that helpful. Go apply it to your business, and we'll see you in the next video. Talk soon. Bye.